Alright, so I washed it off. Okay, I'm back. Christy was like, what's all this green shit on the bathroom sink? I'm like, oh shit. My bad. Okay. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna do my regular routine. So I got this one, but there's one more. Where is it? I swear, I need to just figure out where I put everything. I'm losing my mind. Oh, it's the cleanser. Okay. I don't need to use the cleanser right now. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to use my Lacombe serum. I don't know why it smells like celery. It smells like celery to me. Thank you, Chauncey, for the heart. How am I feeling? I'm feeling good. Today I was kind of tired, but I'm feeling all right. How do I sleep at night? Good. Yeah, pregnancy brain. Oh, that is affecting me really hard right now. I feel most days I'm like in Daisy La La Land. I can't remember anything. Where's Ken? He's at his apartment. And come spend probably the night over here tomorrow. Let that kind of air dry. Are me and Ken okay? Yeah, of course we're okay. We've been having lots of really good memories together. Thank you, Elle. We've been planning for the gender reveal. That's going to be coming up. I'm pretty sure, like, we pretty much invited everybody we know. So there's about 50 people coming. Okay, so yeah, we are having a baby together, but unfortunately we can't live together because I'm on parole. So I can go sleep at his apartment for a few nights, and that's been like okayed by my PO. My PO already told me you can stay at Ken's for a few days a week. But this living with my parents, I live with my parents for like at least another 11 months. See, I've been so tired from the fatigue that I have no problem falling asleep. Now, I will say I've been experiencing, and I had to go on like Google and TikTok because in the middle of the night, and it's only happened twice, and I don't know why it would be happening like this early. I guess it said, by Google, it said that it would start but like 14 on up weeks, and I'm about to be 15 weeks tomorrow. So anyway, I woke up the other night with like sharp pains on my side, like my lower abdomen, but like on my side. and it lasted for 15 minutes or so, and then I went back to bed. But it was like period cramps or like constipation cramps, but like bad, like bad. And so I looked it up, and it's what is called round ligament pain. And so it's when your uterus is expanding upward, and that causes your round ligaments to feel like they are stretching, because they are stretching. They're, everything in there is growing. And so you can feel it every once in a while, and it hurts. So I learned, like, don't move too quickly, don't shift too quickly. And I guess I was, I'm a tosser, I'm a turner in my sleep without even realizing it. So that makes sense. Can I show the mass jar? Yes. Empty now, but yeah. Can you guys read that? I know it's backwards. I'm so sorry. Christy said we need to buy some more. All right. How far do I live away from Ken? About an hour. So, which is great that he's relatively close. So he could just come whenever he wants to, visit over here, spend the night or whatever. Oh, thank you, Izzy. Thank you, BB. BB Bits? Is that it? BB Bits? Can I get a driver's license? Yes, I can get a driver's license. I just have to take the driver's ed test. So once I do that, I could get my driver's license. So right now I just have a state issued ID. Thank you, Gracie. Hi from Australia. Hi, Australia. Any pregnancy cravings? Yes, sweets. I'm craving icing. I'm craving ice cream, like sweets. And it's funny because whenever nothing sounds good, I think of sweets, and I'm like, okay, that sounds good to me. Sweets. What was I going for? I'm thirsty. Let me get water. I'm gonna. All right, got my water. All right, let me add a mod. Tell me I didn't forget how to do that already. Jesus Christ. Settings, mods. Add. Confirm. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, there. I think someone said went to watch another episode on Monday night, and there wasn't one. No, there was only 8 episodes, not 9, but 8. So we had our finale. Any baby names? Yeah, we're thinking of baby names. Kind of bouncing around ideas. I'm terrible at naming names. I remember when I was little, I had went through a phase that I named every single one of my baby dolls Emily. That was just something. My mom would buy me a new baby doll, and she's like, "What are you gonna name it?" And I'm like, "Emily." But I don't think. I don't think it'll be Emily, even though I like the name. How's my pregnancy going? Good. I'm getting, I think, more energy than I had in the last few months. So I'm kind of getting some of that energy back. Oh, thank you. Hey, that's so sweet. Baby bump reveal. I feel fat, guys. My body image right now is not that great. Because I mean, my jeans don't fit anymore. I feel fat. I look in the mirror and I'm like, this is there. It's there. Oh, of course. Thank you. I'm happy that. Thank you, Grace. I'm happy that y'all like it. It for me, the show was. I feel like hindsight was like playing on the TV screen, to be honest. So for me, looking back at things, how it all played out, I'm like, there's things that I wish I would have done differently. Um, I'm learning that I could be very reactive to situations. And so in the episode that I yelled at Ryan and I was like, I don't care. I could have handled that a little better. I could have took a deep breath, calmly said, I understand where you're coming from. And I understand that, we had $6,000 in the TikTok creator fund at the time. And I would have had to wait a month for that to be sent to our bank. But for me, my main concern was just sticking to what my parole officer told me. And so for me, my feelings got hurt when he said that, because I took it as you are prioritizing social media over your wife. And so I kind of snapped at him, and I feel kind of bad for that because I could have been more calm about the situation. Oh, thanks, Samantha. Yeah. Me and my dad and my sister are close. And we're just getting closer. We're definitely close enough for my dad to go on public social media and tell me to clean my room. Have I felt the baby move yet? No, not yet. I hear like Christy and like other people that have kids have told me that it feels like a fluttering feeling. I haven't felt that yet. But tomorrow I'll be 15 weeks, and I think I looked it up, and it's like, I don't know, 16 or 18 weeks on up. But I can't wait till I do. I feel like every week is something like new. And like month by month, I'm like, okay, this wasn't happening a month ago. So do I like Melanie Martinez? Yes. I like her music. Hiccups now. No morning sickness, actually. Who did your nose job? It looks good. Jeffrey Joseph, out of Lafayette, Louisiana. And I wanted a, not so much front view to look different, but I wanted that bump, that awful bump that I had, taken down in a nice little slope there. And that's exactly what I got. What's my favorite song right now? I don't know if I have one. I feel like, and this is what happened. So when I was in prison, I had a tablet, and I could purchase music off of like a list of songs, and I had probably about 1,000 songs on my tablet. And I feel like listening to new music now that I'm out is harder, because I still want to go back to like those songs that I already know. So some of my favorite songs are like 15, 20 years old. I still go back and listen to Eric Church Chief album. I love that album. Why did I have a tablet? Every inmate in prison has a tablet. You can rent movies, and it's very similar to Redbox. So you can purchase a TV show or a movie, and as soon as you hit play, like you have 30 days to have it, but as soon as you hit play, you only have like 48 hours to watch it, and then it like disappears off your tablet. Have I started decorating the nursery yet? Not yet. So I am actually working on a video that will explain all that. But the baby's nursery will be this room. So it'll be my room / nursery, because my parents don't have like a secondary bedroom. This is they have their master and they have this room. So I have to figure out how I could transform this room into a nursery and a bedroom. I live with my parents. So, for the next 11 months that I'm on parole, I'll be living with my parents for now. And then I might get a house. I might, rent an apartment with Ken. I don't know where I'll be or what I'll want, 11 months down the road. I've actually seen a lot of like cute cribs. I have gone like crib shopping online, and I seen one that I really liked, and I bought it. And it's called Cradlewise, and it's a kind of like a bassinet, and it like bounces up and down. It's supposed to like mimic like your body when you're holding the baby, like that bouncing motion. And it has a sensor detector that will detect when the baby moves, figure out its sleeping patterns, and know when to start rocking. So I did get that. That's the first thing, or one of the things that I bought for the baby. And I know I'm only 15, about 15 weeks tomorrow, but I am getting excited. So that's your dream crib? I went looking for it. I'm like, AI crib, top of the line, best crib, and things like that. I started Googling things like that, and I had seen Cradlewise. What prenatals am I taking? It's one a day. Hold up, I'll show you. So this is the one that like I've been on since I found out that I got pregnant, which is just one a day. Prenatal advance. So I take one capsule of this one, and like it pairs with this one. So you take one of each every day. Kenna Rose, that is so pretty. And I have thought of that for a girl name, but I think I can't remember who it was. It was someone on Ken's side of the family, a cousin, that named their daughter Kenna. So that name's already been taken in the family, unfortunately. Thank you. I am trying to take care of my skin the best I can. I've noticed that I'm starting to have a little acne right there, and I haven't had acne since I was 16. And I had pretty, it was like mild acne, and it all was on my forehead because I was wearing those hats all the time. And so it really irritated my forehead and caused more breakouts to happen. But I really don't have like breakouts now as an adult. So when I started breaking out, I'm like, this is not normal for me. you're 19 weeks. Congratulations. That's one thing, like, I heard that, like, every pregnancy is different. I kept waiting for the morning sickness to happen, and it never did. I got a little nauseous. And, like, there was times that, like, whenever I cough... Oh, thanks. Christy says hi, everybody. Like, when I don't know, put a spoon in my mouth or stuff like that, like, I would gag. I'm like, bleh. Like, putting anything in my mouth, even the thought of it just made me gag. Ugh. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can really think of that kind of was like that. Can't even do that. Am I sitting on the toilet? No, I've got a chair. I have this whole setup so I could do lives. I've got my ring light. I've got my background that looks really nice. Water made you nauseous? Wow, that's a hard one. Ken's always making me drink water, so I can't imagine. Kenzie is a cute name too. Watch us shock you guys and not say anything about like Ken in the name at all. Put this up a little better. There we go. It's kind of like droopy down. Okay, that's better. But like I was trying to figure out like the gender by doing like looking at all the wives' tales and stuff like that. And I tried the one where it was like if you take a ring and you put it like above your belly, if it swings back and forth, it's a boy. If it swings in a circle, it's a girl. Yeah, that was just confusing. Then I did one where you take baking soda and you put it in a cup, and then you put your urine in a cup. And if it fizzles, it's a boy. If it doesn't, it's a girl. Mine fizzled, but I don't like all of these are like no proof behind them. They're all just kind of like superstitions type of thing. Oh, thank you, Lindsay, for the fireworks. Thank you, Ressie. I'm terrible at reading names, guys. I'm awful at it. Yes, I did have the blood test. I forgot what it's called. NIT, something like that. When you're, I think it's like 10 weeks or whatever, you can do a blood test and see, like check for genetic abnormalities like Down syndrome. And thank you, Tori, for the galaxy. You can check for Down syndrome and other genetic abnormalities. And the results came back that there are no genetic abnormalities, which I was really relieved about. Because of course, I mean, every new mother is just like, what could go wrong? You know, all the things that could go wrong. So when you get that call that everything is okay, your mind is like, oh, I can breathe. Good. I feel relieved. Thank you, Candy. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Mact. Is that it? Thank you, Alexa and Haley. That's a cool one. Thank you, Fran. Favorite part of my pregnancy? I think the favorite part is like knowing that there is a little baby inside of you. And like I've started and like tomorrow I read on the app I've got Pregnancy Plus. And on the app it says like tomorrow the baby will like be able to hear sounds outside of the womb. And so like voices and stuff like that, it'll be able to hear. And so I've begun, like when I'm alone, I just start talking, and I'm like, I can be talking about anything. I'm like, mommy's really tired right now, and I talk. I mean, I don't even know if he or she could hear me right now, but I talk to her or him, so I just feel like, there's a connection. I've also heard that like putting music, like headphones on your belly, that will also like let them be exposed to music. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put on some Taylor Swift. This baby is gonna be a Swiftie. Future Swiftie here. Do I like gumbo? Oh yes, I love gumbo. It's kind of funny, but like I could eat gumbo anytime. Usually that's meant for more of a warm season, but I can eat it anytime. What's my favorite pregnancy craving? Like, you know those slices of cake at Walmart or at like any sort of bakery? You get like the little petit fours. Petit fours? Is that what they call petit fours? The icing tastes amazing. That is what I've been craving. Thank you, Evie. Thank you, Alexa. Music is good. And I think like being exposed to like different kinds of genres is also important. So I think, I mean, I'm pretty much a country fan, but I'm willing to listen to other genres so I can get lots of culture involved. What's my favorite Taylor Swift song? God, there's so many. I like all of them, honestly. It's hard to pick. She's put out so many good ones. Yes, I am going to have a gender reveal on August 10th. It's coming up pretty soon. I haven't really heard much like old country. Old country to me is like 90s country, like Travis Tritt, So I don't know anything about Johnny Cash though. That's gone too far back. Now I've never been able to like play an instrument. Me, I'm more on the creative side, as if like arts and crafts. I could crochet, I could paint, I could draw, I could color. Those are those are my talents. Can you get a bump update? Fine. Good Lord. All right, guys. Here we go. I don't know if you guys could see all that. Nice belly right there. Feel like I'm getting really fat, guys. I don't like it. All right, now how do I make this stand up again? Okay. Tighten that up. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's not huge, but it's also not flat either. Oh, happy birthday, Sophia. Happy birthday. Our birthdays are actually pretty close there. Oh, thank you. I know I'm growing a whole human inside of me. So. What's funny is I just finished my first trimester, and I lost 5 pounds in my first trimester. I hear now is when the weight gets put on. I mean, I wasn't really skinny before, but I'm trying, even though I have those pregnancy cravings of sweets, I'm trying really hard not to eat everything in sight and just go crazy on the junk food. So I'm still trying to get fruits and veggies, water, all that stuff in. That's healthy. Oh goodness. I saw somebody has an account in my name. I'm sending myself heart puffs. That's so sweet. If it's a boy, I really like Aiden. I like Michael. How many weeks? Oh, it'll be 15 tomorrow. And I looked on the pregnancy app that my baby is going to be the size of an apple. I've been checking the size because it tells you on the app what's the size in comparison to a fruit. So it's going to be an apple tomorrow. The funniest thing is Ken's been talking to my belly since he found out I'm pregnant. Thank you, Alexa, for the galaxy. He was like, "This is your daddy." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it can't hear you yet, but that's adorable." Did I quit smoking? Yes, absolutely. I do not. As soon as I saw that positive pregnancy test, I quit smoking. I quit vaping. I quit Red Bull, goodbye energy drinks. And I went to water and it took me a little while to get off the soda. Every once in a while I'll have one soda or whatever here and there. But for the most part, it's orange juice and water. Does it feel weird to have so much attention after getting out? Yeah, it is. It's not what I expected, that's for sure. Because, for 8.5 years, I was cut off from the internet. I was cut off from any real source of information about me. We didn't have HBO. So when Mommy, Dead, and Dearest premiered on May 15th of 2017, I didn't get a chance to see it. I didn't get a chance to see any of the documentaries until I got out of prison. The only thing I got to watch in prison was my Dr. Phil episode and my 2020 episode because that was on cable. So I had no idea that there was so much attention being built right before I got out. It's my favorite soda, Dr. Pepper. I do have that book. Where did I put that? I have it on the floor right here. I was reading it earlier. All right, here it is. Boom. So every so often, I will go to the month that I'm on, and Ken has a book, and we often reference the movie Knocked Up, and so he's like, "Oh, read all the baby books." I'm like, "You better read all the baby books." And then I'll go to the chapter of the month that I'm on and get the rundown of what I'm supposed to be feeling. And sometimes I'm kind of I'm not there yet, or I haven't experienced that yet, or maybe it wasn't a severe symptom. But at least it's nice to have a reference of what your body is going through. I'm gonna do an epidural. I have a high threshold for pain, but I if there is something that can halfway numb me? Yeah, let's do it. I have to ask, like, my my friend also asked me, like, can you like, are you gonna have like a natural birth or a C-section? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I need to ask my OB. She hasn't said anything that I can't have like a natural vaginal birth. Because I have one of my friends that she's like petite like I am, and she has 3 kids, and she had them all vaginally. So there shouldn't be a reason why I shouldn't be able to. Did I watch the act? No. Where can you watch the show? On Lifetime. I know it's also on the streaming channel, so it's Hulu, Prime Video. That's all I know for now. Because I know we streamed it when we watched it. We watched it on Hulu. What? You say Peacock? Peacock. I thought Peacock was only for the prison confessions. It's on Peacock too? Okay. It's on Peacock too. What? I think so. Christy says she thinks so. Oh, the joys of living with your parents. Oh, thank you. Do I want to travel in the future? Yes. I want to travel out of the country because I've never been out of the country. I mean, I'd love to go to New Zealand or Switzerland or the UK. I would love that. I just don't know when yet, you know? I mean, obviously it's going to be after I'm off parole. Make Christy a mod. Like, my Christy? Does she want me to make you a mod? No! No, okay. Don't know what she's talking about. I'll look and see if I can find some. Pin the username. Show Christy. She's in the living room. She's sitting on the couch. I'll ask her though. Ma, you want to be on camera? You've been cleaning for hours. She's been cleaning for hours. Dad's coming home. She's like, I gotta clean the house. Dad's coming home. I know, Christy's awesome. Where's Ken? He's at his apartment. We're not always together. Do I like cats? Yes. I've had cats pretty much my whole life. So I'm definitely more used to having cats than dogs. But like, I'm a dog and a cat person. I love both. I'm an animal lover. Keep on having hiccups. Ken does work. Ken does have a job. I watched some of Ryan's live, and I don't know. He was misinformed because Ken does have a job. He does work for a living. But you know, guys, right? You know, the whole. They're gonna butt heads. They're gonna. I mean, for the most part, Ken's been very reserved about the whole situation. Ryan, on the other hand, has talked a lot of shit about Ken, which is disrespectful. What month am I due? January 22nd. Do I have any advice on self-love? Yeah, I mean, I have lots of thoughts on self-love. Because I mean, shoot, it's taken me a hot minute to figure it out. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. For a long time, I didn't love myself. I didn't know where to begin loving myself. And I think that comes with time. I think when you have been pushed to your last wits, and everything around you realize you can't really rely upon to the fullest extent, or at least the only person that you feel that you can trust is yourself. And so to give yourself self-love, self-trust, self-worth is everything. You could put everything into someone else, but if they walk away and that's out of your control, you lose what you've built on someone else. You built it on someone else's personality. You didn't build yourself, you built them up. And so it's so important to know your level of importance of your own self. You have 2 feet, you could stand on it. I fully believe that every person is so much stronger than they think that they are. So just always, you have to dig deep and know yourself really well. You need to be prepared if everybody, let's just say a scenario, if everybody, every friend that you have, every family member you have just suddenly walked away out of your life, you need to be strong enough to where you could stand on your own 2 feet and still say, I'm still worth it. I'm still beautiful. I'm still enough, regardless of what anybody else thinks. You need to have that within yourself. Yes, baby will be an Aquarius. How did I meet? How was it meeting Kim? It was great. She's so sweet. She's so down to earth. I did not meet any of the other Kardashians except for her. Um, but she was really down to earth. I had posted the selfies on my socials, on my Instagram and my TikTok. January 22nd, due date. Still got a ways away. Do I plan on putting the baby in sports? I mean, if that's what they want to do. I didn't, grow up with a talent for sports. I'm not sporty whatsoever. I don't play any sport. I mean, I tried in prison. I tried volleyball. I tried basketball. That's just, I'm not athletically gifted. So if my baby is athletically gifted, go for it. If not, there's other talents. Ken did sports. He was on the football team when he was in high school. And he's all up into sports, like football and all that. Can I sing? Not really. Thank you, Team Mike. No, my talents, I feel like, are so limited. I can't sing. I can't really dance. I feel like when I do dance, I'm like rhythm challenge. I'm like, it's so bad. I'm more of the quirky type of person. sing for you guys? No! I'd be mortified. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. That was beautiful. Have I ever been to the beach? Yes. I went whenever I went to LA. Thank you, Kimberly. I don't know what's my hobby? Crocheting. I like also like scrapbooking. I like making collages. And that's something that I've always enjoyed doing. Anakin for a boy. I had thought about that. Ken and I had this like running joke going on that if we had twins, it would be Luke and Leia Skywalker. I'm just kidding. There's no way anybody would let me do that. How many kids would I like to have? 2 or 3. Oh, thank you, Emily. Thank you, Nathan. Oh, that's a cool one. Thank you, Sure. Thank you, Ash. All right, guys. Come on. More questions here. I don't want to keep you guys bored. Thank you, Ella. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Carrie Ann. What's my 10-year plan? Okay, 10-year plan. I guess you could say get my driver's license, learn to drive. That'd be the first thing. Buy a house. Ken needs to propose. As just like me, find a career. Like I need to find a career that I feel like I'm good at, and then like focus on that career. So, definitely like raising our child and like building a career for myself would be like my 10-year plan of like what I hope to achieve. To be a good mom and then find a career that I'd be happy with. And hopefully have a good marriage. First one didn't work out so well for me, so hopefully this next one will be the one. I think it will be. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Elle. Thank you, Story. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, I can do a tutorial on how to crochet. It's really hard to like talk about it, to like explain it verbally, because whenever I do it, it sounds confusing. But you use a hook, and you use yarn, and then basically it's a series of almost kind of like knots. And I don't know how to make anything except for a blanket. So I haven't learned how to make booties yet, but I plan on making a baby blanket. I have to go to the store and pick out really soft yarn. So I've made blankets before, and I use parfait, which is kind of like that microfiber yarn. Because when you think of yarn, you think of that itchy, woolly stuff. But there is much better yarn to use out there that does feel like a microfiber blanket. What kind of car do I want? I don't know. Ken is thinking about, like, he's going to have to trade in his Jeep because he has a 2-door Jeep that he's had for a few years now. But now that we're going to have a kid, he's going to need like a minivan or something a little bit more family friendly. And then, of course, I'm going to get a car that's going to be family friendly as well. Oh, you pre-ordered my book? Thank you. Am I planning on getting more tattoos? Not for a long time. All the tattoos that I got are very meaningful. and thoughtful. I didn't want to get something dumb. So I wanted to get all things that I felt like I could absolutely live with. So for now, I am good. I'm not going to get any more tattoos for now. Can't say forever, but it's not in the plans right now. How did I meet Ken? Ken had watched my documentary, Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, back in May of 2017. And he watched it with a friend of his. And he wrote me a letter while I was in prison. And he was not looking for a girlfriend. This was not that type of a letter. He wasn't hitting on me. He wasn't flirting with me. He wasn't any of that. It was just like, honestly, I've kind of connected with him because like I felt nerd vibes. And like I'm such a big nerd, and so we started like talking about Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and like what movies, what music, like our interests just aligned so well. And I'm like, this guy is my best friend. Like he is my best friend. I feel like we're twins at this point. And then letters went to like soon after went to phone calls, and I called him, and within like 5 minutes I was telling him things that like after I got off the phone, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I told him that. That's so embarrassing. But I felt that comfortable with talking to him. And then I want to say we talked on the phone for like 3 months. And then like at that point, that's when it started to get a little bit more like I started to dig him. I'm like, he is cute. But I'm like, I'm not going to make any moves because that would be awkward. And I'm awkward and I'm shy and I just don't know how to flirt at all. I have no game. And so I invited him to come visit me. And so like right away he filled out the visitation form to come and visit me in Chillicothe. And he came within 37 minutes of us sitting down at this little table we hugged and sat down. We started talking about what show we were watching on TV, and then all of a sudden like he leans in and he just gives me the most passionate kiss. I have never been kissed like that in my entire life. It was like one of those like, oh my God, like women wait a million years to be kissed like this. And so I look at him and I'm like, I thought we were just friends. And he's like, no, like I like you. And I'm like, I like you too. And I'm just kind of like, we can't kiss like that. And I just look around. Then we start kissing again. And by the second time, the guard comes in and she's like, what are you doing? You cannot kiss him like that. She pulled me aside and she gave me a reprimand. But she allowed me to go back in and continue on with my visit. Well, I forgot what it was, but something else happened that they were like, okay, we're done with this visit. Like, we're terminating the visit. They banned him for 6 months. They gave me a sanction that I couldn't be on the phone for like 2 weeks. And so once he was no longer suspended, 6 months later, he comes back to visit me. And like, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. And that we dated for 2 years. We wrote every single week. Like, we talked to each other, but like our letters were like so deeply personal. I go back and I read those letters sometimes. I'm like, oh, this is where it all started. And we're so mushy too. And so 2 years went by, and 2019 saw a really hard time for us. That's when the act came out, and my name was more known. And Ken's more of a shy person. He's not interested in like being in front of a camera. So a lot of the attention that took place at that time, I always felt put a strain on our relationship. And then it was in October 2nd to be exact, that he broke up with me. And for the next several years, I had no idea why. Like, I was spinning in my head, like, I don't understand, things were going so good. We were engaged. I thought he loved me. I thought everything was perfect. Like, we barely had disagreements. We barely got into arguments. We had great communication. I'm like, what happened? And then he moved on to date another girl, and they dated for that time span. And it wasn't until about February that and I got out of prison. It wasn't until like February that, as we saw in the show, where Christy tells me the real reason of why he broke up with me. And it was because they had so many influences telling him that, if he loves me, he needs to let me go and find myself. And so that's what he did. He felt like he was doing the right thing and letting me go and explore who I am without him. Not knowing it broke me, like broke my heart. And so that's whenever like I started realizing, wow, like there's so much more to this than I thought. And his relationship didn't work out, and he had broke up with his girlfriend, or they mutually like broke up. And then I filed for divorce from Ryan, and then he and I got back together. So that's the whole story of our relationship in a nutshell. A lot of history there. Thank you. That was a mouthful too, guys. Aw, thank you. I love those little corgis. Am I feeling pregnant? Good. Some days are better than others. Thank you, Kimmy. How's my night going? Good. It had been a while since I hopped on a live. I don't even know how long I've been on for. I'm just yapping at this point. Okay, well, let me show you. All right, so I did a video, but this tattoo, I don't know if you can see it very good. There we go. That tattoo matches with Christy. So this is a matching tattoo with Christy. She has one, but on the opposite arm. And it has a fleur-de-lis, which is a symbol for New Orleans and French culture. A lot of the people that live in New Orleans, we sport the symbol a lot. And this is a unilome. So the spirals kind of, in a sense, are a meaning of life, like life's trials that we go through, but it doesn't make it any less beautiful. So the hardships that we go through don't break us, but they make us who we are. This one is a matching tattoo with Ken. So he has the exact same thing, except for his, like, I have this little detail, which kind of made it a little girly, and he doesn't. So mine's like the girl one. And then I have on my back, let's see if you can see the whole thing. On my back, I have a phoenix. And a phoenix stands for rebirth from the ashes. So I felt like coming out of prison was a rebirth for me. So each one has their own symbolism behind them. They all mean something. And my cousin Bobby, who has his own tattoo shop down here, did two of them. So he did the unilome and he did the phoenix. And then his former apprentice, Nadia, did the tattoo of the husky for me and Ken. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know my nose is going through, so far, I mean, looking at the show, I was like, when the doctor unveiled the nose, I was like, oh, that's swollen. I was saying, oh, it looks so good, even though it looked huge, but it was very swollen at that time. It's starting to look a lot better, though. Oh, thank you, Steph. Thank you, Renee. That was a cute corgi. And I know you guys hate it when I lick my lips. I have dry mouth, guys. I can't help it. I'm sorry. And the more I talk, the worse it gets. Have I seen the post on Facebook? I don't know what you're talking about. the season 1. No, there's only 8 episodes. Which I felt like we had filmed so much content. Oh my god, like there was things that I'm like, well, they didn't show that, well, they didn't show that, well, they didn't show that. Because we filmed, I mean, so many shoot days. And they just couldn't fit it all into 8 episodes. So there was some stuff that, got on the chopping block and didn't get shown. What is my dream career? I mean, honestly, I would like to go into like activities coordinator. So like I spent a long time and a lot of time of my life in children's hospitals, and I've seen that they have like each hospital has an activities coordinator for like a movie night, a bingo night. They would bring like therapy dogs to the hospital. So I'd like to be like the one that like coordinates all that stuff and plans fun stuff for the kids to do. Thank you, Bree. I need a Gypsy show to keep up with. I know. I was actually kind of surprised that they said to be continued, because we hadn't even had any further discussions about another season. I'm not saying it's off the table. I'm just saying it was funny how they put up that like they knew there was going to be another season or something, and I'm like, what? I'm like, we didn't talk about this. What's my favorite country song? That's really hard. I think I want to say like I really like Eric Church, and I like Tim McGraw. So, God, there's so many good country songs out there. I don't know. Do I want any piercings? No, my ears are pierced, and that's all that's gonna be pierced on my body. Oh, thanks, Ace. Oh, I love Luke Combs too. I've liked Luke Combs for a very long time. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I think Hurricane by Luke Combs has been one that I loved. And I think that one's special because Ken had sang that one to me quite a while back. It's my favorite holiday, Christmas. I've always wanted like a Christmas where we can like decorate the outside with like lights, the house with outside lights. Oh, I've always wanted to do that. My grandparents did that when I was really little. So I was probably about 4. And they used to do that with the whole lights on the outside. It looked like freaking Christmas Vacation. Thank you. Thank you, Luna. That's very sweet. I try. Can I watch your show in Australia? I don't know. I don't know where all the show is being shown at. Like, I was just made aware that it's premiering in Germany in August. So I think the other countries, like it's making their way to the other countries. I'm just not sure like the rollout plan of when everything gets aired in what country. Will there be an episode 9? No. Like this is it for this season. If there's another season, then they'll have more episodes for that. But this is it for this season. Will I do a vlog on my YouTube? Yes. So I'm working on a birthday post. So I did some filming. Like I kind of film vlog style my birthday. So I'm working on the editing for that. And that'll be put up pretty soon. So hopefully sometime this week I'll put that up. It'll be short though. It's not very long. I'm trying to come up with ideas. I feel like when I overthink it, I definitely overthink the content too much. And then when I'm just kind of like, oh, nobody's going to be interested in this. And I'm like, do, film this, film that. Spotify or Apple Music. I had a Spotify account, but I didn't have it premium or anything. So it was just like your basic, I'm just listening freely. And then my parents had Apple Music, and we had like a family plan, but like I got myself off the family plan because I kept on having issues on my iPhone with the family plan. Would I release merch? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I'm not even sure what merch is. Is that like t-shirts? When I think about that, I think of like the cartoon Hercules, the Disney one. Whenever they have like Hercules merchandise, that's what I think about. I'm like, am I gonna come out with an action figure? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm way off, aren't I? Merchandise. Okay. Well, maybe we'll make t-shirts. I don't know. I have to come up with a catchy slogan or something. Hey, how about your panini press? That went so viral. All right, guys. Probably going to tap out here pretty soon. I still got to clean the rest of my room before my dad comes home in a couple hours. Yeah, I noticed that DJ Cassidy had put the Panini Press 10-foot pole on Spotify. Sometimes me and Ken will just crank it up. My man. It's so catchy. I DM'd the DJ too, and I was like, that was awesome. First holiday that I'm excited to spending with the baby, like Christmas, of course. And then I asked Ken, I'm like, I know this is gonna sound really crazy, but wait, who said that? But really, you better clean your up. Time's almost up. That's really good. I talked to Ken, and I'm like, are we gonna do the whole Santa Claus thing? Because like, I know growing up, I believed in Santa Claus. I was led to believe in Santa Claus until I was like 23, guys. I'm not joking. Like, nobody told me. So when he didn't pass for me when I got arrested, my little heart was broken. So it's a sore subject. So I'm like, are we gonna do the whole Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, and all that stuff? And he's like, of course we are. I'm like, okay. We're gonna do it all. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna head off here. I'm gonna go clean my room. If my dad's watching, I'm hopping to it. I am. It'll be clean when you walk in the door. I love you. All right, guys. Have a I almost said have a happy New Year. I'm losing it. This pregnancy brain is killing me, guys. Have a good night, and I will.
A disclaimer that I don't have all that much time today. Got a little bit of time today.
This beat is going to drop in 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's fair game, right? Bye, everybody.